Especially
yeah, but I'm saying like
no
at
XP.
least stems the bleeding, and yeah, he didn't have a ton of XP because of Snapfire, but when your reply is for him to have even less XP, then
If you check the graph, Night Stalker was 1,000 gold up, 8 minutes about.
Well, that was after they turned kills. Like laning stage was basically over at that point.
Yeah.
Like 8 minutes. It's probably a bad example. But in general, like, I think the problem was that timing where they're picking their carry. You know, that they're just picking it into 2 open heroes. As soon as the enemy team picks Ember, now he's laning against NS is fine, but post 5 minutes you have to have a plan to move him somewhere else. Where are you putting him? You can't put him against Ember. Ember's like 3 levels on him, and was just going to dive in mid. I mean, sure, like that one time, Spiders screwed up, and then Pizza came back and cleaned up, which was nice. But in general, like, he didn't have a place to play on the map.
What do you want Dire to change draft-wise? Do you think they like ban the Night Stalker?
If you have 8th pick in the draft, pick your carry there, and then ban 3 heroes that ruin your game plan. Don't wait until.
When did they pick it?
They picked it when
7.
whatever that pick is, I forgot. But
Arc was 7.
It was their 4th pick, and then the enemy team had 2 picks to react to it.
Oh, you're saying they could have picked it right at. It's because they've second.
Well,
pick,
I don't know if you pick Arc
in
there. I'm just saying you don't pick your carry in a situation like that where he's already not looking super great in the game. Like, I'm not excited seeing Juggernaut or NS as Arc.
And NS was Arc is very bad because he can find you anything that can on top of
like if your plan was to lane against it early, that's fine because NS isn't going to do anything to you. But you have to have a plan after that point, and they didn't clearly.
I mean, that's just it's weird because like. If you see like Crucial's stat line or like, oh, he was sitting on half of an Ags for 8 minutes, but I mean, Crucial does what's necessary a lot of the time, and that's why even though he doesn't have a ton of gold, like, he'll still run for you.
But he honestly didn't do that much in that kind of window there. You know, Rook was helping Pizza farm a bit, or not Pizza, fucking 0-point farm a little bit. Pizza was kind of the only person like actually doing something on the map really actively, and he was doing a pretty decent job.
It looks like Crucial's taking second pick, I think. So we should see Stronk could first pick Night Stalker, or maybe they just ban it.
I don't think
Crucial
Night Stalker was a problem that game. Like, I wouldn't be worried about that.
Crucial had as many deaths as the rest of his team combined that game, so he was definitely the one taking all the damage.
I don't think Crucial actually did that much that game. I don't think he didn't do his job, but I just don't. He didn't have like a crazy high impact or anything.
I mean, that's kind of how they play, honestly. To be fair.
Okay, sure, yeah. Like, and him diving in to set up the rest of the team is fine. It's just that he wasn't, you know, above and beyond. It's not like his NS was what you lost to that game. He could have done that on a lot of heroes, probably.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that's how they do this to where it's like, okay, 0-point is the star. He's going to hit creeps. He's going to be our carry, and then like Ryric's gonna run around, do Ryric things, stack camp for him, and then Crucial's just gonna be like this. I don't care if I die. I'm going to get my team there.
Yeah, I think banning that's a mistake. I don't think that was
RD2L mentality.
I'd say banning is a mistake if they don't have a game plan for it, which they might not.
I guess I don't feel like any of the game plans specific. I don't know. Just like you see a Night Stalker, like why are you picking Arc into it blind? With like 2 picks
to look at it is like, I think their mentality is like, well, they're gonna first pick it again, so we should ban it. But the thing is, well, if it's not a threat, then you just ban later heroes or ban heroes that ban the heroes they banned before.
I guess it depends. Like,
we banned Night Stalker.
What did they ban last time? It was Beastmaster and what? Do you remember?
Beast. Sven.
Sven?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, they picked this right now.
Okay, well, problem solved.
Wait, so Tree says there's a problem, but they second phase awkward and they just counter it, and here they're gonna first pick Sven.
I think they're 100% going to lose because they just first picked Sven. But technically they solved their problem. The enemy team cannot pick NS or Sven. Problem solved.
True. We were gonna first pick.
Sven is like, according to Reddit, Sven's like most broken hero in the patch, so surely it should be a free win.
I mean, against 3K players, it's definitely up there.
I feel like he's mostly annoying to play against. I don't see him like just winning pro matches. Or maybe they just ban him. I don't know.
Skater, how many games of Pause 5 have you played this patch where you just have a Sven one hit kill you with his stun from 1,200 units away?
Oh, they just picked. This looks like the Pizza Junior Lena, I guess. They just picked him Lena.
Flex it.
Instant Spectre pick also.
Yep.
Spectre Undying. Spectre does beat Lena, I think. But
Spectre
Spectre
wants
Spin,
to
how does
play.
that go again?
Spectre is the dream against Lena in general, like in the game.
So what
And
about
Spectre
Spectre
Dirge is a
Spin?
very hard lane to beat with anything, really.
Going to be a flex Lena.
Shout out to me. I picked Undying Spectre, and they picked what was it, Doxy or they picked Doxy or Underlord and won the lane.
I mean,
Okay, so I guess I should number one I should specify that like this is RD2L, anything can happen. It really depends on like who's playing what.
Instant
last time I stood in for RD2L, I played against an Undying who went Tombstone level 1, so
that's really
you can't really assume anything.
What do you mean he needs it for the runes?
Yeah.
You won that game, right?
I did in fact win that game, yes.
I knew it. Therefore,
No, I was against the Undying Skater, not with it.
I mean, the thing about
they
the
took
Spectre,
out.
The Yumi Meepo respect ban.
thing about the Spectre Undying
these-
lane is that you might not win the lane, but it's a hard lane to just like roll over. I mean, because Spec is gonna get levels. She's gonna get this blade mail item where she can just farm in the woods for free because it returns 5 billion damage.
Yeah, I mean
then-
the lane's inherently very static, which means you have a lot of ways to like get around it with a lot of like pulling creeps, picking
you're-
heroes like Underlord or whatever.
what
But
they-
you're not going to ever like not let that Spectre have a game. I think that's pretty challenging.
I think the trick. I think the trick to beating that is you kind of basically want to outgreed them. Like I saw Sev's team. I had to be careful about which person I named on that team. And I saw Sev team. The enemy team picked Spectre, I think, Undying, and they just responded with the Alk, and the Alk just like
Sure.
doesn't have to team fight most of the
It's just
time.
there's not a lane counter exactly. To that,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think.
I like Slardar as a lane counter against Spectre. I know they banned it, obviously, but it
Is it
does
Undying?
well. Obviously,
Oh,
like
Underlord's
later on it doesn't. But
Underlord. Isn't Underlord really good also because you just like bomb the lane basically?
No, not so much with Undying. I don't think.
Oh, I thought it used.
think
Maybe
about
I'm wrong.
Underlord is that like sometimes you just want to push the lane, and obviously that's super bad against Spectre. Like, yeah, you can just try to make the lane static to where you have a lot more damage and you just deny everything, but
Sand King pickers kind of.
Sand King pick. This is, I guess, a quick Sand King.
Oh, I guess they just
spin.
pick like this because they're last picking Rook's hero.
yeah, I mean,
I mean that was nice. Go late.
one of Crucial's best heroes. It's okay against Sven and lane. Can't really do a lot against it.
I'm surprised they're burning this much reserve time on what should just be a 5.
Plus 5
pick,
Lena.
pick the Snap
I, mean,
Fire.
I don't
again. Let's
like
go.
why is Snap like even a question here, right?
Dire team pick.
Okay, I guess they were like what?
They're
but, like,
just
how do they not just pick that next phase? You know, or not next phase, next pick.
Radiant team.
Enemy team wasn't gonna steal Necro from you. Like now you just
Yeah, I think
got,
I
you just
mean-
got hard countered because you didn't pick that
I
fourth.
think
Like what?
I think the thing is he Spiders does play Necro a lot, so he could have taken it technically, right?
Yeah, but then you can counter the Necrophos with your next pick.
Oh no, hold on. I saw their big Necro and I assumed it was the other team because Spiders
No.
plays it. Okay, that makes more sense.
No,
Yeah.
Pizza Junior plays Necrophos, so
Okay, makes sense.
I
But
just-
still,
I don't
yeah,
like
not,
this,
but
though.
not it. You don't want to. I don't think you want to third pick that though.
Dude, you put the Necrophos off lane, right? And Lena mid versus Pugna, but I don't know if that's
you
better
don't
for
give
Lena.
Necrophos to an Archon player. Sorry.
Yikes. Wait, you give him to a legend player?
Depends on the legend player.
If it's Spiders.
Off
sure.
lane? Probably not.
Radiant team back.
Anti-mage.
Well,
AM? They picked this before. I guess it was going to comfort.
Then
This team definitely
AM?
does like comfort.
is this an
Wait a
offlane
second, you're
instead?
right. Something's wrong here.
I think
that's
it's an
a really
offlane
good AM
instead.
pick. But
Yeah.
their lineup is real fucky now.
And it could also be a
Carry
4
lineup
Pugna on Dire. They played 4 Pugna against us, where it was just rare. It was very annoying. Everything decrept.
Like carry.
God, if this is a
Carry,
force, man, I'm gonna lose my mind. I had
Do you see, like,
one of those in my
carry
fucking
lineup
games.
LD2L? Like, does LD2L just pick lots of carries?
No,
sometimes?
they don't. They don't.
Dire team
So,
Oh.
Dota is so fast now that it's like even the bad players have figured out how to play the game relatively quickly.
Even
They're
in
just
low
not. They're just
but Sniper
yes. Even with low MR, they're just bad at it.
I do see
God,
Sniper picks in the low MR though.
Yeah, you
I don't know.
It's not
Like
like
an
oh the game
LE12
is
though?
like too fast to pick sniper. It's like
5 seconds remaining.
a team can get ahead way faster than they used to be able to because number one, like the lower pool of players has gotten better at the game. Number two, it's just gotten easier to play the game quickly and to end the game. But they're also perfectly capable of just throwing the game at 30 minutes or whatever.
I would last pick Sniper here to counter the Pokemon.
God, I remember when nobody knew how to play Dota. Nobody knew what to build.
The sniper
Those are
last
great
pick
times.
here would be something.
Sad. Look how they massacred.
Again, you still just pick snap here though, right? Like it's still fine.
10
Snap?
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
You pick Snap.
5 seconds
I mean, I don't know where these heroes are going.
I mean, it's like one of those guys, like, only 5. It's only 5 I've seen him play so far. And they think they're doing some wacky ass lanes. It's
Alright,
like
you
a
picked
5
the Earth
Sven,
Shaker.
I
Let's
guess.
go. The Bob Ross Earth
There have
Shaker.
now been 5 mids banned out by Dire. Wait. Yeah, 5
This
mids.
Necrophos pick is super
10
wacky.
seconds
Because,
remaining.
like, if they put him mid, then they could just get
5
Pugna. If they
seconds
don't put him
remaining.
mid, and they could just, like, still counter their mid here.
I don't know.
think the two ideas were A.
Is that lane, like, particularly bad? I don't really know how it goes. But I know the game is, like, a
Oh, I
problem in general.
The way the lane goes is once Pugna hits level 6, he basically just life drains you for free, and you don't win the account.
So you can't, like, be there anymore. The way you want to be on Necro.
Dire
Where you just
team
kind of
I
exist.
mean,
Alright.
Cool.
checking.
Let's go.
Okay.
So I
This
have
is
no
definitely-
idea where any of these heroes are going.
Alright, this is... I mean, they did the same thing against you last series, Skater. You won game 1, and then they picked the Darkseer game 2, like, oh, we're just messing around, we're gonna lose anyways. Then they beat you back-to-back
They
games.
won. No! PTSD, help!
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, I could say you didn't get too old, but you also lost to a worse team, so...
They totally have the tools here, you know? It's like, they dragged their game with the techies correctly. This is such a free AAM game. You got Necro versus Spectre.
mean,
like, there's
There's so
potential
much...
here.
There's so much weight on Yumi's back, again.
Yeah, there's a shitload of Yumi's back, but
Again.
it's
This is
possible.
Actually,
I can see it.
this is actually... So we said the Awkwarding game was pretty bad last time. Comparably, though, this is the freest AM game I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Like Spectre,
They
Undying,
still have another
Pugna.
pick against
Same
I think you
them,
want to play AM against like all 4 of these heroes, basically, right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
they're all
of
fine
these heroes.
matchups. Dirt is like whatever, I guess, but
I mean, they can counter AM here, but it's still like one counter.
with what
Like,
though?
he counters 4 of the heroes.
What do they pick? Like the 4,
it's
I don't think
probably
there's like tiny.
Nyx? The Nyx would be good. What if they
Maybe
pick a
Nick,
game?
but like who follows up? Like it has to be like a really coordinated game with like Nyx and then Sanking running
You would
around.
Nyx. You would have
Right.
Nyx. He would like hunt the anti-mage.
LC.
Oh,
the,
Legion. Of course. Of
For
course.
4
Pause
Pugna?
for Sanking
Four-
or something.
Or 4
the
Pugna?
mid legion.
Yeah, mid Legion 4
Or
Pugna.
mid-legion. Wait. If this is a mid Legion, don't you just go mid Necro? Or I mean, mid Lena is also good with Legion. So I don't like that pick that much. It's gonna be pause for Sven. Watch it.
You want this Necro to have a really good game, I think. I think you put him mid.
Oh,
Nope.
It's gonna be a mid Sven.
And what?
so
Wait,
what?
Treebeard.
What? Hold on. Okay.
3 Necrophos.
Somehow they
Maybe.
They
managed
gotta be
Managed
swapping
this
lanes,
combination.
right? Like, there's no way.
Somehow they
No,
managed to turn
no,
this
no,
combination
Tree-
of heroes
There's no way.
You want the Necrophos against the Spectre in lane, technically.
That's true, I guess. That part's not so bad.
But the problem is,
Why is there mid
you
Sven
don't
though?
want Sven
That's my question.
Hey, I played mid Sven yesterday, and it was great. I beat a bunch of 2Ks.
Sick. Like
I'm
I think
just
the
gonna
only
say,
this is the only like bad outcome of the way they lane, right? Because now you have like a Sven
Exactly,
and an
yeah,
AM
that's what I
both
wanna
trying to
say.
farm,
That's what I
which is
wanna
just
say.
not the situation you want to be in. A support
think you
Sven
either
is like
put Lina
terrible
mid-
because of how bad Stormhammer is now, but at least it like runs around. It
Offlane
doesn't
Sven,
take
you can like
AM's
just
space.
offlane Sven, you can just like rush and ags, so it's not the worst. But
I mean, yeah, maybe he's just
lane
gonna
swap
fucking
and
run
they put them-
around, like just, I don't know, Russian eggs and just like run at people. Fuck it. Maybe it's good. I
Give
don't
him the
know.
benefit of the doubt and hope it's a necro move.
I mean, you see who's playing the heroes.
All right, I have no
I'm saying,
useful insight here. Let me use the bathroom.
Okay, I think Dire just wins because it'll get to the point where they just can't kill Spectre.
Based off what I saw last game, we're gonna agree and say.
Also,
I think,
Yumi's gonna blink in and then just go like decrepified every fight, and it's gonna be very, very sad.
fact, I was gonna say Radiance was gonna win, but the fact they're putting Sven mid makes me say Dial.
I think Dire's
Also,
gonna win
yes,
this game. I wish Radiant would win because I want to see a game 3, but I think Dire's gonna win this game.
I wish Radiance would win just because it would validate that drafts matter.
Pizza Jr. doesn't even know what items he wants to build right now. He has 470
No,
gold.
no.
He's like, what am I building here?
Sounds like I'm getting inside the team.
And
Death
Nick
Rocket was
doesn't
like,
know
I
what he
don't want
wants
to play
to build
offlane.
either. He has 400 gold.
Death Rocket says, I don't want to play offlane spin, and then Nick says, I don't want to play support spin. Okay, I'll take mid spin. That's how you end up in this situation.
This guy still has 400 gold in the fountain. Okay, there we go. Treebeard, I think he's struggling on what he wants here. I think anytime in a captain's mode game where you leave the fountain with 30 seconds left, it's a rough game. He's not even gonna get there by
No
the time the
comment.
rune spawns.
No comment. Windlace and dying. Yikes. Back again for round 2.
Alright, imagine not getting the room when you have 2 players to 1. Couldn't be me. Alright, mid LC versus mid Sven is a very powerful matchup.
Hey, I think there's 2 ways. I
Alright.
think realistically, LC should like harass the spin, right?
All right, we're back. Any other
All right,
insights?
What were we saying?
Besides Nick being in the fountain until 30 seconds before runes, not much.
Good play.
So I think there's one belief you can have is LC just like maxes E and stuff and just harasses Sven out of lane. And the other option is I think Sven just maxes W and just, like pushes the lane and it just goes jungles.
Can we talk about how Pizza
But-
Jr. has the default Sven sword? Come on, man.
Get out.
There's like 2,000 swords.
Lina went level 1 Q, by the way.
Yeah, against a double melee here, I
feel
don't
like level-
think that's the play.
I don't want to commentate this game
That's
anymore.
4 and W.
Treebeard's just checked out mentally.
Chief, get out quick. Oh, he canceled the salve.
Also, can we just talk about how this is an AM techies lane bottom?
No, we wanna ignore that.
This is like, God. Imagine playing AM and then you just have a techies in your lane.
Just like with politics, you wanna pretend this AM lane just doesn't exist.
And
Going AM?
yeah, I don't know.
Mine?
Alright, Sven's hitting the jungle at 157 in.
And he's coming back. He
You think he tried to stack it, but that camp is really hard to stack. I
I
still
Oh.
don't know how you stack that camp off to the right.
Techie says snipe the courier.
He has like 800 range. Jeez. I mean, it's pushing towards the AM, so pretty good, pretty good.
Suicide by techies. Let's see if he gets items for him.
I mean, it's
Probably
like
not.
one salve.
They're harassing and dying out top.
It's really weird seeing AM like get decrept and go beneath 25% magic res because he didn't have counterspell.
Kind of a sleeper laning stage so far.
I mean, it's the freest LC game, our freest LC lane. So
Well, Sven's also farming, right?
I mean, yeah, but half of those are neutrals.
Who do you think a static laning stage favors? Do you think that favors Dire?
I mean,
Like if nothing happens this laning stage?
I don't know if the lanes really even matter that much, honestly. I'm kind of just curious what this Sven actually ends up doing this game.
static laning phase favors Dire a little bit just because I think AM needs a decent laning phase this
Oh
game.
no! Another choreo killed by Pogna.
Like
Another choreo down bottom.
AM without a good
Storm.
laning phase means this game's pretty much impossible this game, which is why it's weird that it's
I will
AM
say-
techies lane.
I guess it's like they can be fine these lanes, but if laning stage ends and they just get rolled because this
Yeah, there's gonna
Sven
be like
doesn't
a
wanna do
time
anything.
between 10 to 15 minutes where this AM doesn't have Battle Fury, and Dire's just gonna take every outer tower with their 4-man Death Ball. Or give
Crucial is
Pugna
once
Undying
again-
Death Ball, and then Spectre can just haunt in at any time. That's really rough. AM might die here.
Yeah, he should be dead. Oh my
And they got a
gosh.
double
Oh
kill.
god.
And they got Techies. Techies didn't even suicide.
Well, he blasted off into the Pugna Blast.
Dire's turret has been killed.
Oh,
This game's like
XD at least.
this game's already very rough for the Radiant team.
Call it, it's done. How do we see the... I can't see the win percentage chance right now.
I don't want to know.
I mean, Dire has a Spectre, so it's automatically going to be rigged in their favor.
I just don't see the buttons right now. I don't know if you're supposed
I
to.
mean, it's because
or
we're live.
Yikes. I thought there was some way to see them. I saw them at TI, but maybe it's TI.
mean, you have
Bottom,
to,
they're
like,
harassing this thing.
actually do
Probably
the
gonna kill him
thing.
at this time.
Crucial tanking for the
This
good
is
of
the,
his team.
this is the Ford experience, like when your teammate your lane and you leave to go do something else and they die instantly.
True.
And you probably also tell them that you're leaving, but they die anyways.
Yeah.
Now you're the 3. Alright, Sven almost has Mask of Madness. Very nice.
Like this is just looking like a normal Sven, which is very concerning.
They picked a second carry.
I mean, it's very concerning if he's actually getting it punished for, which he will.
Well, it's, I don't even think he's gonna get punished. I just the team collectively will get punished by this, right?
Dueling Lena mid? Lena mid duel? Lena dead? Sven ults?
I mean, Sven hitting there just makes Lena die faster. Because he gets more courage procs.
So no duel damage, but
I don't think Lena dies there if Sven doesn't help. I don't know. Maybe if he just like tries to hit the Pugna.
No, because it was still a setup
you
for
think
the
that-
Nether Blast. He was 100% dead.
Sven was paid off. I think this shows completely different thoughts about this game, because right now Legion has Brace or Phase, really wants to fight early and often, and Sven
I mean,
has
What's
Naked
Legion gonna
Mana.
buy as a farming item? Blade
Midas.
Mail?
You haven't gone Midas Legion before?
Not particularly. Trying to catch up to Sven. I don't think this is a one duel.
Oh, he scares him into using the Fairy File.
That's 37 gold down the drain.
Thanks. Bottom lane is kind of equalized.
I mean,
Last hits.
Yeah, it was,
Yumi's doing really well bottom, to be fair.
yeah.
Like,
SK died again.
This Spectre though, Spectre is having a free game so far. 48
That's-
last hits, nearly top of the CS.
It's the Dirge experience.
Yeah, I mean, even in Necrolina lane, like,
Imagine, But imagine being a
enough.
Sven, a mid Sven, and you end up with less CS than a Spectre. I'll give benefit of the doubt and say this Spectre's just played well.
I mean, this is one thing that Spidez does better than any mid I've played this season, including you, Skater. He invades if you try to just do this, like, where you just farm these other camps. He'll, like, run at you and invade those. Doesn't matter if he's also missing creeps in the lane. He'll just run at you. I think that's very important, especially in these types of matchups where he's against a very greedy Sven mid. Like, he'll just run at you. Like, look, he's still running at him. He got the duel, he's just... There's no back.
Radiant's bottom tower
Now
is
Yumi's
under
mid.
attack. Haste!
And now he's gonna run at Yumi. Like, that's what this team does. Like, and it works out really well. Like, they put Spidez on this hero that nobody can really, like, 1v1 against, and then he just runs at people while 0-point farms.
This is a true statement.
I guess 58 last hits on the LC already. I guarantee like 10 of those were just stealing Sven's neutrals as they were at 20%.
I think Tekis is fine taking bottom though right now. He's just gonna put Qs and clear out the wave if... Oh! Deny and 5 right. Rook.
I mean,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
you have to understand something though, Skater. Like, AM and Sven are farming the same part of the map, and they're both being warded off by one Legion commander.
Yeah.
Like, Spectre has a Blade Mill and is now just completely fine farming. Like, they're killing Techies here, and they're gonna take the tower bottom, so...
Radiant's bottom
Like,
tower is under attack.
might be able to kill
What do you
this.
think of this?
No, he doesn't have Mana Void.
What do you think of the Sand King build? Double Bracelet Phase into Wand.
That seems really unnecessary.
It's just kind of weird.
JD, your thoughts?
I saw Crucial before do like a straight Blink rush, like Brown Boots Blink. I like Brown Boots, maybe one Bracer, you get a Veil.
For the same amount of money, you could just have like a Veil instead. And I definitely just
Blink
think
Rush
of a Veil.
fan on that Sand King?
Radiant's middle
It just
tower
depends
is
on the
under
game.
attack.
Back when
I
Veil
think
gave
in finals,
HP regen,
Blink
back when Veil gave HP regen, I liked it more, but
But the
really
current Veil
cool.
is still just so good for Sand King specifically that it's really
yeah,
nice.
now I might go Tranquil
Didn't you
Boots
go
on
Blink Rush?
tanking. Maybe, I mean, I kind of need to capitalize on that because I had a free lane in finals, but
Regeneration.
I think if you go Veil, you can go Tranquil Boots. I think it's fine, just to get that HP regen back. Or you could just die every fight. That's a good way to get your HP back.
No, well, the Sven has 10 more CS than Legion, but
Like, I know Milliard really liked Arcane Boots, but I'm like, if you need mana, just die every fight. You'll get it back easily.
there's a Blade Mill coming out, by the way. I think
it's a
top lane
farming
should be
item.
going down. Top
I
lane,
mean-
this Sundai's just getting like levels. And
Like,
no
this
one's
Lena's
pressuring him
like
or
just
anything.
floating and like stacking for Sven.
Yeah.
I mean, well, they could have
But-
taken this tower with Necropos Lena, but they're choosing not to.
The player here, I think here is right. The Sven comes top, he uses God Strings, just takes the tower. They have like 3-4 heroes, it's
Tower is
gone.
under attack.
Also,
Like, you
Dire
have to
got
have
an
this
Iron
out.
Talon, so
Radiant structures are fortified.
free spec
Yikes.
farming if he uses it.
Bottoms down. The Radiant needs to take this tower now.
I'm gonna continue watching the Spectre until he uses his Iron Talon.
I'm dying down top, Laguna and Scythe used.
I might be here
Tekis
for a while.
dies.
Come on.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bye,
Alright,
JD.
There's always
Mid lane,
next
Sven
camp.
dies, Blade Mill duel.
I'm surprised
JD
that
is
killed
not
him,
wrong.
actually. That was
Why
pretty
does it-
close.
Titus is running after people.
Dire's
I'm still
top
watching
tower
until
is
the Spectre uses the Iron Talon.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh,
Spectre
oh,
cam.
use it.
I could be here for a while, boys. Alright,
Oh, I'm telling him, quick,
nice. I'm
quick.
watching the fight now. Let's go.
Radiant's bottom
Oh
tower
no,
is under
no,
attack.
this is so sad.
Radiant structures
Alright, the Ancients are right there. They're right there. Come on. Alright, you can take the big camp first.
He forgot it. He forgot he is the item. It's fine.
It's fine. He'll remember one
Town
of
the
these
Ancients?
times. I remember.
Ancients. No. Oh, he
You
did it.
I'm free.
I actually was thinking he's not going to use it for like 5 minutes.
Eventually, you have to look there, right?
Do you?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Complicating the game
Event-
for you if you start using items. Looks like Spider's duel on Bob Ross. Yep. He should be dead here.
Man's gotta cancel his backswing.
You're definitely right, JD. He's running around making plays with Legion.
Under the circumstances, it's
Oh.
not terribly difficult.
A dying hero.
I think
Oh,
Luna's
just
fine.
got him.
Oh, no.
The big slap.
I don't
There's
know how.
120 damage.
I don't
I
know
mean,
how to
Radiant-
stop this from happening.
Is under
Radiant
attack.
can't fight. You have like
Yeah.
AM farming. You have spend farming. The new hero.
Yeah, I'm not a Sven, and they have going Battle Fury, so I think you just have 2 people farm while Techie's like is supposed to make space, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like you have to go Echo Saber Ags this game. Spend. I think the mask is way too greedy.
Like disassemble the mask or something also to help with this.
I mean, yeah, 30 minutes from now, but the game might end in 15 minutes, so
another Corio coming.
oh, they
How did
didn't
that
Oh.
not hit? Ooh.
It's so sad. I mean, it's fine. Spiders only has 60 dual damage. Nothing big.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah, Sven kill. The Echo Sable got the kill. And mask maybe, but who knows.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You just forget the enemy team has an extra carry.
I think Rurik might have been like, oh, there's a Sven in this game. I mean,
Dire's top tower
he's
is
not
under
that
attack.
far behind in net worth. Like, he's still firmly second, so...
I think they actually are just playing like a 2-carry game.
I mean, the issue is that Anti-Mage is 6th. Like, if you're gonna pick a Sven, like... I don't know. This is kind of what happened in my Masters game yesterday when I played mid-Sven. Only we were up, like, 5k at this point, not down 3k.
Yeah, but what was your
But it was
one?
just like,
or rather, what was your safe lane hero? 'Cause
Juggernaut.
that's not exactly the same problem. So
Oh yeah, but I'm saying, like, he was still, like, trying to fall. Not to
Yeah.
this point, but it's still a real P1 hero. That it's just like, well, we have a Sven, like, why do we have another Cause 1?
yeah, at least Jug, you could like conceivably go more of a battle build, but
He's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
running
you went,
into the
like-
jungle.
He did go like mask into Manta and whatever, so. But still, it's like it's another carry where it's kind of just have 2 carries, and one of them looks really nice. Like Sven looks really good right now, and one of them's an anti-mage, and then
I think
you have a
this
Necrophos
is
on
the
top
game.
of that, to
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think this symbolizes the game. Spiders just walked up this ramp blindly into the Radiance mid, Radiance off lane, and Radiance pos 5, and he just walked away right after, walking straight
Radiant's
into all
bottom
3.
tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think in 80% of cases, you walk up that hill, and at least one of those heroes like has a stun or something.
And the worst part about this is that outside of techies and like just Dragon Slave, their
Radiant's courier. is
tower
under
defense isn't that good either.
attack. Dire's top tower
Like
is
Dire
under
doesn't
attack.
push towers that fast outside of like just this stronghold or chokehold on this
Oh,
bottom tier
Bob,
2.
no, Tech,
He might not.
he's gone.
Oh, he
Oh.
got the last proc.
Only a coward fights with mine.
And this is part of the issue, right? We said they didn't have anti-mage issues now, but now like AM like isn't watching. AM could just Legion could just come duel him and he easily dies during duel.
I mean, yeah. If Legion ever stops killing the other 3 heroes,
Well, I'm
AM
just saying
the
like
first time AM gets dueled, Legion might have like plus 200 damage at that point.
Yeah, I'm saying by the time AM doesn't even have Battle Fury yet, and Legion is like just running over all of Radiant.
Command from the shadows.
Oh, she's coming top. Looks like Sven's next to die.
I mean, hey, at least the mid Necrophos has more farm than the mid Pugna, right?
Is under attack. Radiant's
Wait a
structures
second.
are fortified.
When you're behind and dying, though, you definitely feel bad.
I mean, I feel like that's a lot of games because he just wins the lane for free. I feel like if you're behind on Undying, you feel really bad.
Not really. A lot of lanes are just like forcing them to be kind of like decent, and then you just go
like
brawl
the-
afterwards.
I like
Not
how
like super farmed or
oh,
anything.
it finally died to Legion. I
80
was gonna say
dual damage.
bottom. I like what he's doing. He looks like running around and he's checking and killing like every tech he's mine. Looks like they want to
Like,
fight
her-
bottom.
Rick
Dive's
TP's
run.
away and then they like stun
Dive's
up.
gonna run. No.
I mean, he has the Battle Fury flying out to him, so
Yeah, Rook just like teleports out in front of them and it's like, oh, now there's a chance they can fight. And it's like, no, they can't catch him dying. Dying's just gone.
it's like, hey, you guys
Spiders
have
is
fun.
here.
Pretty much what he said.
Oh, it's killed him, right? Or maybe not.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, you
I mean-
cannot walk into 5
Yep.
enemy heroes without dying. Or 4, I guess.
5 heroes. 5 heroes, we
It has
found the
been
limit.
proven he can't 1v4.
What even happened there? I guess Selena landed a stun and that was it.
They threw all of their ultimates onto the one hero and he died.
Yeah. But this is the issue. Now the Spectres is like, great, I can just farm everywhere. There's nothing left.
I mean, it's still good for Radiant because it's a kill after Battle Fury for
Oh.
AM.
Oh, Pumpkin's dead?
They're not killing this AM. I
No
think.
dagger? Then they're good.
Dyer's mid
When's
Wanna
next
bet?
blink?
I wouldn't bet on
10 seconds. Yeah,
Legion dot.
too long.
That was a ward there, but I guess he didn't have range.
He didn't have blink up on Sand King. I mean, it's good for AM. They
Legion's on top. Oh no, Legion's
Sven
got a
almost
Shadow
has
Blade.
Zag.
Run. I don't think it. Did he see him? He's chasing.
Dyer's middle
But
tower is under attack.
I think Svenags, they might have some chance. I think if you're Sven... Alright, never mind. Rook has a blink. We're gonna
Yep.
see at least once this game where Sven, like, tries to kill Rook off the bat with, like, God's Strength and the Stormhammer Dispel, and Rook just blinks out. I guarantee
why
it's
is
gonna
he-
happen at least once.
get
Maybe it might happen
loaded,
now, we'll
right?
see. He doesn't have the Ags,
Didn't he get
though. So
Lotus?
he's...
Oh,
I don't think that
Good.
counts. He doesn't have Ags. But close enough, I guess, right?
what's going? Do you think Aeon's here better than Lotus? Isn't Lotus like the normal counter to Sven?
I mean, Aeon just helps you, like, I don't know, it just depends on if, I think Lotus might be better, but if he wants to go Aeon, it's not a big deal.
Depends if he
I
cares
think it
about.
purges it.
If you care about him merging your team or not. If you don't, then whatever.
It might be also, like, you don't want to get, like, just mana voided to death. Because you have a huge mana pool on Pugna, like,
That's pretty safe because then like Sven can't jump you still because if he Stormhammers and he used his Dispel, and then if he Stormhammers someone else, then you decrep them. So
the only issue is that it'll dispel the friggin' Aeon Disc if he jumps on you. But if it gets to that, then that's...
I don't
Yeah, that was
think
my-
I don't think so unless
I think
it
I feel like it does
unless
the
the
damage. and-
Stormhammer damage, not the attack. I don't think the attack procs it. If the Stormhammer damage procs the Aeon Disc, and only then.
Pugna is dead. He was correct.
Yeah, they got the LSA with the Ether Lens. They know the Sven's here, though.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
no.
I don't...
I don't know he's
He probably farmed a wave and then ran into the jungle.
gone. I mean, this is just the name of the thing. I feel like what these teams do so much better is like Yumi. Hey, he's probably a better carry than 0 Point, but like 0 Point's just giving completely free reign. I feel like he's never been pressured either of these games. While this game, like Yumi's constantly like bitches running him.
I mean, that's kind of what happens when the 4 players on your team are just a lot better than the 4 players on the other team.
Yeah.
And your carry can
I guess
actually
it's just an
farm.
interesting thing. I guess it's
'Cause,
just
like,
an interesting
even though-
thing.
Like, even though this Undying is like an Archon stand-in that doesn't play with this team, he's given Undying both games. Like,
Do you think? What do you think? Do you think 0 Point like plays above his metal? Or?
I mean, he
think
farms
it's
above
just
his metal,
game?
definitely. And I'm pretty sure that's enough for this team.
Oh no, no run! Actually,
Oh no.
what a play!
That's funny. It's still kind of rough because they don't have duel, but it's really funny though. Hate playing Sand King against Anti-Mage.
Neville seems to get better for Radiant because like their carries are gonna get farmed, but they still doesn't change their game plan. They aren't really gonna have team fight. They have like
there's
spin.
like some
action-
situation where like you get just Reaper
It's
Scythe
RD2L
Spectre.
skater.
Top tower is under attack.
I guess LC like being this farmed is just kind of fundamentally an issue, but
I mean, if they can
You think-
make it a 3v5 early on, like this Undying or Pugna gets blown up by either of these carries, then Radiant can like try have these like weird proxy fights, but
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
they can't fight 5v5 info Tombstone, obviously. Oh,
Aw,
God, strength use.
yeah. I bet. Oh my gosh. Walked up the hill into two Cheki's mines, spin Ag's ult.
I mean,
you know,
Crucial doing crucial things, tanking literally every enemy
like,
ult.
literally the whole team, and going into sides.
Into the Dire. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Man, Treebeard, why does EST-Tuesday have to play EST-Sunday again in the first round?
Radiant's
They can beat
is
them.
under attack.
Scared if you're EST
Dire's
Sunday.
middle tower is under attack.
I mean, why couldn't it just be a different division? It was the same thing last season.
That is. I think the point is it's supposed to be seeded basically.
I thought it was randomized. Someone said, and they just came up with the same as last season.
I mean, theoretically it could. It does, I don't really know, but unless it's just whatever luck. Do you know Treebeard?
What?
Yeah, all the playoffs matchups randomized or what?
No. We did deliberately
Like,
seed
is
it
it
though.
just highest in the wall?
I was thinking we were mixing it up this season, but we wanted to avoid like the lowest two MMR divisions playing each other first round.
I mean, the idea is right. You just seed it by MMR, basically.
I mean,
EST Sun's the highest, so you just face the
Were
lowest.
PST Sunday and EST Monday that close to where
Yeah, EST
you
Tuesday
couldn't
is
figure out? I know Tuesday's very
Assuming
far.
EST Monday is the third lowest, which I believe is correct. I was thinking it was going to be EST Monday versus EST Sunday this time, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. It's just kind of boring if it's the same matchup for divisions, but
Okay, if you're Radiant,
God,
Oh.
0 Point's gotten so many like first or second hit bashes here. Like he got a bash on the Sven to cancel his TP, then a bash right after canceling the TP, and now he just first hit bashes the friggin' Lina.
let's have a challenge. If you're Radiant, what do you do to get back into this game?
We have a different challenge.
No. Well, let's say like
I don't
you
like
suddenly
this
like,
one.
you like pause the game, swap in like 5 Immortal players for Radiant. Do you think they can win it, and like how?
Cutting a lot of waves.
Cutting waves, forcing
Like-
bad fights, picking on this Undying a lot, picking on the Spectre a lot.
But I don't.
Okay, I guess,
don't
yeah,
think
if
it,
you,
but
like,
I don't think it's
like
like
OG.
enough. No.
I mean, are we saying a random Immortal player or like an Immortal players that are like Master Tier on all of these heroes? Because a Master Tier
Let's just
techie
be, like,
is
just-
very scary to play against, even if he's down this much.
Let's just say you just like swap an OG basically.
Yeah. They're done.
I mean, it's a difference between swapping in Immortal players and swapping in OG.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just curious, like, what would OG do though? Like, I guess they have AM, like AM just doesn't die more. He like just keeps cutting in the top lane constantly.
Yeah, no waves ever hit the Radiant Towers
Mhm.
OG's playing. Like, you can't. You have to force them to go through backdoor.
Sounds so hard though.
I mean,
think
that's
that's
why
even
they're the 9K
possible.
players and we're not.
Yeah.
That's also why this game's fucking hard.
I
Skeeter.
killed Spectre.
They're losing.
I mean, if this team could have killed Spectre, then I'm sure, yeah, OG could have done that and more.
When you don't
Like,
even have to
Yuumi probably
like
would've
kill
killed that.
Spectre, Skater, they can't win the game if they can never hit a tower. Like, eventually maybe, yeah, you buy like AC, Deso, and you like try to backdoor, but at that point, the other team can fight you. I mean, it's not easy to do, obviously, and that's why literally no RD2L teams do it, but if Dota is your living and you're 9K MMR and you've won TI, you can do those sorts of things, especially against these players.
What, just like cut waves and stuff? Or
Yeah.
Just abuse them, like... That's like you playing against a 1K player, like...
use them, yikes. They're doing it. They split up the team, like was so well.
Rook buys
Crucial,
Glimmer Cape,
Crucial.
instantly gets dispelled by the friggin' Sven stun.
I mean, it's bad, this game, I think. Oh?
He's hitting the LC!
Oh!
Why are they
Oh!
hitting the LC?
They're doing it! This could be a team wipe. This could be a team wipe. They somehow catch LC here. But they aren't.
I don't... I mean, he has pressed the attack to dispel this, but...
Dire's middle tower is under
It's...
attack.
They were hitting the LC as Anti-Mage is dying to
Dire's
duel.
middle tower has fallen.
It's like,
Well, I
do you-
guess, I
do you
mean,
want him to proc off cooldown?
what would you want internally? Do you just like watch?
Stun, disable, wait for the duel? Like,
I mean, I guess I'm just saying normally.
you're
I think
only
it-
killing your
90%
Anti-Mage faster if he's hitting Moments of Courage procs off cooldown.
He was one.
I'm just
one
saying, I think I
proc
guess
off
the
of
idea-
dying there, so yeah.
I guess the
Could
idea
work
I
out.
would say is like mortal players are playing this, they'd hit him anyways because A, Anti-Mage is gonna die anyways, so you might as well kill him.
But he literally didn't.
LC, you can maybe. Oh, it looks like Sven's gonna be whatever top.
He did.
A, Sven dies anyways, or B, you can maybe kill LC before the duel ends.
I mean,
He
LC
BKB blade mailed. There's no fucking way.
LC left the duel with like 80% health,
Yeah.
so...
I'm just saying, I think it's a good idea what you're suggesting, but I don't feel like there's any pub I would play where I get dueled.
Skater, if you
and
were
my team's
Anti-Mage
gonna-
there, you would tell your team, please don't hit DLC when I'm being dueled.
I would tell them, but I don't think they'd listen. I think they'd hit him.
I mean, that's a completely different problem. Whether or not your team listens
Your
to you
teammates
is
being fucking
different.
blueberries is just kind of like an
Wait,
accepted
wait.
fact.
If Treebeard was getting dueled by the LC, I would definitely hit the LC.
And
Likewise.
Treebeard's probably already dead before you can even hit the LC.
Please stop hitting the LC.
Duel, looks like.
Alright, just for that,
Oh, it's
Skater,
on.
if you were
Oh
getting
my
dueled, if you were getting dueled and Treebeard was on Bane, you would just hit the LC and not sleep.
Yeah, likely.
In other news,
Poor boy, I'm sure he's
Nick,
nice.
Nick did actually just straight up kill techies with auto attacks. This is going well though, I guess.
I like
What
what's
did
still
you
a
say,
10k lead.
This is going fine.
Like, this game is still completely winnable for
Mhm.
Radiant. It's crazy.
That's a 120 seconds down for Spiders.
Like,
I'll watch his
I
DPM
think
drop.
the combination of like Necro Techie's AM can definitely win like any late game.
It's currently at 590 LC GPM. Let's see the drop. Oh, he slowly ticks away. Doing nothing. Normally they'd want to get Roche, but Roche can't even be up yet, I think.
30 seconds until it can respawn.
Oh, they're gonna try and kill him. Oh! Cancel,
Yeah.
Crucial, cancel!
This is
Right,
what you
Blink
do.
out.
You,
Blink out.
you abuse the fact that there's an Undying just randomly in the middle lane on 20% health.
Rook is doing the right choice. He's still pushing top. That's not really gonna be
Where's
that quick.
where's oh
Dire's
Techies is
middle
in the
tower
base.
has fallen.
They're gonna go. They're pushing high ground. Spectre does have
Dire's
Hans.
middle tower
Crucial does have ult. They have all ults. They could just ult them. They don't have creeps though.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This Sand King Necro is a bit dubious. I don't know. I guess he has it for techies.
I'm gonna be very upset about the cast game 3 after casting a Techies game.
Bottom tower has fallen.
What did you
I
say?
mean-
Haste.
I
ain't
don't
trying
say
to, like,
this often, but
too
this
quiet.
dire team needs a pipe.
Scanning.
Oh, they either
Say
need a
something
pipe.
again?
If I have to cast a Techies game and then cast a game 3 as well, I'm gonna lose it.
Rev up those fryers.
They've stolen the enemy team's gem as well. Good lord, this game's gonna take forever.
Well, to be
Treebeard,
fair, I played a 90-minute game versus them and they won, so they know
Treebeard,
long
who in
games.
chat is doing the RD2L Masters? Is it Travis?
Probably Trav. Man's got nothing better to do with his time. Love you, Trav.
I thought it was you at first, and I was like, wait a
Is
second.
under attack.
Treebeard wouldn't be saying these things.
Sundying is just
What are you
slowly
saying?
amassing a collection of wards. I love when players do this.
Oh, yes. And then you just ping no wards in stock.
Yeah.
Travis and I don't know if this is what Travis was saying in the chat, but in Discord he said, Curse Division, awkward in game 1, Techies game 2.
Blade in your eye.
True.
True, we should have picked techies
what
against
is-
them.
I guess there's a theoretical endgame here where LC just gets so much dual damage that she just backdoors the Ancient or something. Maybe that's how we get out.
Why? She has a heart now. I don't think she knows heart isn't amazing versus Necro. It just scales.
I think it's more for the techies.
True. I think that is a good item for techies. They've also kind of butchered heart.
Particularly when
Necro is
techies
really
doesn't.
good
I mean, techies is like doesn't. They're putting pressure on a lot, so it doesn't have time to get up stacks.
Is under attack.
So I don't even know if it's possible for
Three,
techies to
wait,
get enough
it's
mines.
300 damage on LC. I just realized.
Yeah.
They keep
Wait a
pushing the
second.
one lane that techies defends, though.
Dire's structures.
But now it works because they have this hard LC sitting in the
He has a
front.
rapier.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a rapier. It's not even a DD at this point.
Radiant's
I don't know. This anti-mage is pushing bottom for some reason.
is under attack. Radiant's top
I feel like these waves top should just be dead.
has fallen.
Like, bottom wave is, or mid wave is fine, bottom wave is fine, like... You had... I mean, you don't have Glyph on Radiant, but...
This
I don't know, I just feel like...
I'd be tempted to get a Lincoln's on AM here for the
With
LC.
what gold?
Well, right now it's looking at Satanic. I mean, I was just thinking Satanic versus Lincoln's. I guess maybe Satanic helps you more overall. Helps you.
Why
with
did you
everything.
say it's Satanic?
What? Satanic?
Sounds like you have an accent.
I'm the only one who says Satanic. Help.
Yes.
Probably you and Sleepy.
Yikes.
Sleepy
You
says
guys call
Ninx
it.
Assassin.
I call it Nix's accent.
Call it Ninx. Not even close to me.
I don't know how he adds letters into that.
Sleepy's also like literally a child though, so it's fine.
So
Is
scared.
he also an admin?
It's a
Yikes, I'm not a
dev
child.
admin.
Yikes. Get out.
No, it's satanic.
Radiant are scanning.
Not a child, thanks, Tree.
I don't believe you.
I am literally 22, I think.
That sounds exactly like
Roshan
what someone who.
A lot of confidence there.
Roche going down on the dire.
Anyway, I don't
Aegis to
remember how old I
reality.
am on a regular basis. Kind of understandable. Mood.
I mean, you're either really old or you're really trying to fake your age at that point. You're either like over 25 or
Definitely
you're
like-
trying to fake your age if you don't remember it, probably.
I'm 26, but if people ask me offhand, I do have to think for a second a lot of the time.
Yeah, you're over 25.
That's what
so you
I
don't-
was thinking. I
It's
don't
all
know if I'm
downhill
21 or
from
20.
here.
It'll be me
Downhill
next
from
year
me after 8.
forgetting my age. Alright. Alright, why is LC not just running up high ground?
LC has about 8,000 HP to work with. Just walk in.
Please.
No fear.
Even more, because you have the Blade Mail return.
Thanks.
Even more because you have the increased regen from the Paladin Sword.
Why did he BKB?
Oh, LC is doing it. He's hitting the mines, not the tower. Kill him? Oh. Necro's dead.
I
No,
think
they're just gonna
that
go.
could have been a duel. I don't really know how to say
They
that.
don't need to kill any heroes on the radio.
Yeah, but sure. But if there's a Necro sitting next to you like that for some reason, why not?
Well, they don't really have the best ways to like kill the Ghost Shroud though.
He couldn't Ghost Shroud. He was stunned with an LC with dual
Oh
off
my god,
cooldown next to
Necro.
him.
Necro has 10 zombies hitting him. Oh, it was 10 charge.
Has fallen.
Keeps going up.
Well, they still have Aegis.
They can just get the Legion if they want to, but I think they're saving it for Aegis.
Rick's gonna drain his entire HP
What is
pool
that?
and give him back like 40%.
Yeah, I think they just... Oh, they used it. Oh, and he's gonna die.
Okay, so now is
No?
when you duel? Like,
You didn't press the attack beforehand either, so
Looks like Rook's dead.
why are they allowed to hold this? What?
Because it's a 7k gold lead
that
still
how
anyway,
Spectre
so...
is also getting heart, as if one heart wasn't enough here.
I think the thing tree is they can hold this, but Spider's team, they don't really care. They can just push again and they'll just win.
Illusion.
Like, I don't think this is getting like worse for Spider's team. What? Wait a second. Do we believe that?
Spiders is just going back
Press
in. Just duel
press
Lena,
X to
no
doubt.
fear.
X to doubt. Do you think this Techie's pick was a misclick?
Nope.
No.
Ask him in chat and get banned.
Besides, even if it was a friggin' Storm Spirit, like the team would
That
even
fixes
be worse.
That's true, because they can just pick
A
Legion.
lot of his
and-
movement of this LC is just like whack. It's just like running around over here with Shadow Blade. And he like sees an LC.
I
it's
mean-
like, what was he waiting to duel? It's like that same duel happens right here, and he still kills him. Man's unkillable right now.
I think he wanted to kill a hand or something, right?
Maybe. I guess.
I mean, it's just. I'd say late game hesitation. We're barely at 40 minutes. It feels like this game's been going on for like 55.
Then why'd you buy the heart? You're gonna play like a coward.
I mean, it's just hesitation. He probably hasn't played many like long LC games.
It does kind of happen.
Sounds
Unless
like
you play it a
I'm
lot, like sometimes like after a good game in LC, you'll just start realizing like, oh, I just hit for like 1,000,000.
Dyer's top tower
Yeah.
is under
It
attack.
sounds like
You just,
I'm-
like,
I like
take
how
the- you just
Ben
don't
and
take
Ant
buildings.
teammates are like dual killing this top lane. Like, why have one split pushing carry when you can
Oh,
have
we're
two?
pushing the Legion. Let's pushing Legion. So
I
walk
mean,
out,
Legion does
so-
more damage than both of them combined.
Yeah,
without God's
exactly.
strength,
I don't know
Why
what
is the LC in the back line? What's happening?
Radiant's
They're teleporting. Sven's coming. LC's coming for the back line, but I
Oh,
think they're
Lena?
dead.
Kill Lena, maybe.
Who are you going for?
Kill
I
the
think
Also
he
just like
wants the
kill the
AM.
He can literally kill whatever he
AM.
wants here.
Oh,
my god! he
3 to
actually
1
couldn't.
duel.
Holy shit!
Where's the rest of his team?
Tree?
Yeah, but like okay,
Tree?
okay, hold on. Had he gone in any time earlier when his fucking team was all like with him, like that would have been fine.
His team still could have been with him. That's the thing. Like,
I like to say, Treebeard said he could kill anyone. Did not kill anyone.
yeah, he can't 1v5 them. Congrats. Like,
Spectre was
Where's-
sitting over
Like,
here.
he
but they-
could have gone in and dueled literally any point there.
here's where the Necro 3 on Sand King looks really shoddy, honestly. It's like, that's 5,000 gold.
I mean, you know it's wrong, but you can also just kind of respect the "I want out" mentality.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he can almost sell it now. Like, they've pushed up all the tier 3s are gone. That's really what you get the Necro
guess.
3 for.
Necro's got
No.
the dumb
Little-
hat, and his ult costs more than half his HP pool or mana pool.
Use the
I don't know
keep
about
him
this.
dying before then use Q. So he just goes invis into
Oh,
can't
well, this
Right.
is a DD rune Sven, so.
buy Sven. I think
Where's
he's
his
dead.
team?
He doesn't have BKB or anything.
Like,
His entire
where's-
team is alive. They're just like not.
Where's Radiant?
I mean, Techie's being invasive is understandable, but the rest of them are like, what? I don't know. Really weird.
Hey,
That's what I
considering we've
always
seen
hate.
Radiant's
Like, I feel like every game I play almost where this happens, I have to yell at my team like, no, go mid. No, stop farming that. Stop farming that. Like,
Considering we're seeing this game still drag
now
out,
Sven has
what
to
do you
buy
think-
back, so it's fine for the Sand buyback.
Also, the other thing, Skater, this guy could have just dueled LC, or not LC, Necro, like a
Necro.
million fucking times. If he ever duels Necro, there's
Yeah.
no way he dies, right?
I mean, the only way he dies is
Oh,
that
if-
Reaper's Sight does 2,000 damage
Yeah.
to him. Literally 2,000 damage.
You can blink duel out of Invis. That Death Rocket's not gonna react to that. This guy's like 2K or whatever. Cool.
Oh, LC is dueling Legion, doing AM, but got bashed. I don't know how AM's
Is he
still
out?
alive. I guess it's Zags.
free.
Zags. Freedom.
Where's
Okay,
Spectre
they
go?
forced Spec Hold. That's pretty good.
They should just go run mid. Go run mid. Hit buildings. Hit buildings on LC. Go, go, go,
They're-
go.
Yeah, LC's
Link
got
in.
the, LC's
Do it,
got
do
the
it.
plan.
He's hitting it. He's got both. Oh no, he's got. He's gonna hit. He's gonna keep hitting him if he can. But
He's gonna get
I think
Sight.
he's gonna be good.
Oh, he doesn't have mana for Sight? Now he does. And now he doesn't.
Again.
Spectre, Sight Spectre.
This is-
No, no, he
The dumb hat. Oh no.
Mana.
I mean,
Nope, press Q, quick, to save it. Save the mana.
He's got Greaves.
Oh no! No! I think he should be chased, but I don't know
He
if he's
just
gonna walk.
he just took the dumb hat out of his inventory.
I think
hate dumb.
Rook's gonna try and back to mid. Rook's gonna
Like
back
a-
to mid.
like a dunce hat effect.
Yeah. He just.
Oh, he used it on the
God!
Lincolns. He used it on the Lincolns. Love Tuesday.
Oh
Tuesday's great.
god.
Can't wait to play Tuesday
JD,
next
I don't know if
season.
you've ever cast RD2L. Maybe this is basically what it looks like, but all 10 players.
Don't think I'd be able to contain
I
myself.
lost to this. I
Yeah.
lost to this, JD. No.
Yeah, you lost to Radiant.
To be fair, maybe
I
if
lost
just
to
ban
Dire
the
with
other
a worse
Yeah.
team than you had.
Yikes.
You also lost to, like, Yumi, which, to be fair, Yumi, I think, is playing, like, decently well this game, considering the shit he's had to deal with, like, as in the rest of his team.
I mean, it definitely seems like, I would say, I think banning the
I-
Underworld was definitely
I lost to
I
Yumi,
should've
but
banned
that was literally the first game they picked Meepo, because it was the first week of the season, and then they got Meepo like 4 more times in the season.
Oh
or
yeah, I
something.
love that. I love that. They last picked Meepo versus you, and they got it like 4 more times, and one of them all.
Like, we pretty much said if they're gonna pick Meepo, they're gonna pick Meepo. It's week 1. Like, okay.
Sven has a BKB now, so things will maybe looking better. AM has his Satanic, I guess just for Legion duels, basically.
Dude, this is that point in the game I was talking about, though. It's like, Reaper's Scythe is just, like, such a big threat. And every fight is forced to take so
Yeah.
long because of having to clear all this techie shit out, and you have, like, AM doing something. You have,
His
like, these
Spectre
two
kind of
carries
just
carries
feels like a
around.
non-factor, despite being the most farmed hero.
Because he just bought, like, multiple
is,
items that don't do any damage, right? Like, he can stick
Look
to
at
a
his
target,
build.
but he
His
doesn't
build
do
is-
anything.
His build is basically
Elsie
he's
also
gonna
has
run
an
in
Ag, and Roche is dropping an Ags. Who's the Ags going to? Is it Undying? Is it Spectre? Is it
I
Sand
give it to
King?
Ray. I give it to Rook. Maybe you give it to Undying because he's never going to get one otherwise.
I think the
Sand King wants it,
Sand
it
King
looks
one's
like.
pretty good.
Shaman has fallen to the depths.
Maybe the Spectre, one of the two.
Dire's top tower is
I mean-
under
What do you think? Do you think?
Oh, their base
you
is
think
also
you give it
dying
by
top.
Neville?
What's
How
the
do they
problem?
not? How can they
Are they,
not
like-
afford any boots of travel with their 50 billion gold?
They have Sand King bots.
They could just push it, but I guess he thinks.
I mean,
Well, Sand King's gonna defend and then go.
I guess they're. It's
like
easy to hit these
or at
friggin'
least-
catapults.
Dire's top
Or
tower
not.
has fallen.
He's hitting the illusion and not the 1k HP catapult. Alright, Spectre's getting gone
bottom
on.
lane, bottom lane. Spectre's gonna get
Spectre is
broken.
out of
if
mana
break
for
it.
forever. He has the cheese. They duel the techies. He has no attack speed on the Legion Commander. Techie is still going to go down. Sand King getting pretty much one hit by the Sven. Spectre just kind of floating
Yeah,
around this whole
funny.
fight. Lina going to die as well. They do get the bash on the Sven. Necrophos, no
Just
real.
leaves.
Necrophos, use your ult. Use your ult. I mean, he doesn't really want to use it on Aegis, but pretty much just Aegis cheese.
The key to this,
and-
the key to
I
this
mean-
fight is no one died from mines because they just took the fight out of the base.
Yeah,
that was
going on the
basically how they had
going
to
on the
work.
Spectre like that was real sketch.
It's a really...
All the other fights, they would like run in.
Well, they got the Aegis, but they used both ults for it.
They just lost.
Radiant's
All the other fights,
Can
they
you,
had
like,
to, they
help
would
your
die to
actual
Texas
carry
Mine.
here?
Oh, Yumi got the Satanic off? I mean, Necro's super dead, but... Can we get a bash?
I think
Yeesh.
that Mega Beast.
Also, Rick
should
has a
be the
Lincolns now.
It's 500 damage on LC.
Radiant's
500 You're not 500, we're close enough.
Would you say how hard Yumi's trying in this fight? Had like 5 different
playing?
initiations. Also, could we talk about how
Strong?
no one on Radiant has buyback except anti-mage?
Like to say they made it so immortal supports get their rank adjusted down, and now Reich is winning EST-Tuesday. Clearly rigged.
Radiant's middle
We
tower.
were calibrated about 500 MMR above where he was at the time.
Radiant's ancient is
So
under
that's a little
attack.
different.
Shout out to Skater not being an EST-Tuesday finalist.
Under attack.
Shout out to
The most
Yumi
rigged
trying
team.
very hard in these fights.
Shout out to Yumi. Shout out to Yumi. I think Radiant definitely tried very hard. I think they're a pretty good, decent team. Happy to have somewhat watched it, but I think
Radiant good, I
Radiant
think-
definitely.
I just a bit better.
Yumi played pretty well. I liked Radiant's. Radiant kept it interesting. They picked techies, they picked possible Doxia, they picked Pudge in other games and won.
I mean, Yumi was just given these really rough hands both games. Like first game, he's Arc Warden. Doesn't have the best lane. Has the Darkseer rotating to where he gets even less XP. Has to rotate mid where he's level 8 Ember Spirit when he's level 5. And now even this game, like you have a Sven free
I mean, if you
farming, but
Yeah, if you compare the stats, you'll think, hey, you'll think like the Spectre is a lot better than the Spin, like player wise or whatever. But I think the main thing is like his team just set him up so much. Like I think
mean,
Dio
Zero
played
Point in
really
some
well.
of these late fights was also
good.
like I didn't even see 0 Point in the fight. Like that.
I would
LC
say his
be
hero
in.
damage is like gonna be really low, but he's a Spectre, so he probably still has like stupidly high hero damage. Yeah.
Yeah, just from the reflect. Like look at damage received, Treebeard.
I think
Like Saiyan King took more damage than Spectre that game.
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And friggin'
We took
and
double the
Spidez
damage.
took
than Spectre.
122,000. So Yumi took
Necrophos.
111,000, but I guarantee like 30,000 of that is just in the last fight because he would blink
Yeah.
from Fountain to fight and then back to Fountain.
You got
Yeah,
back like
X
2
took, like,
entire
no
health bars
damage.
of Satanic and kept fighting.
Took like no damage. I think Dio also like they left it open for like a free anti-mage game kind of, but they definitely like. One thing is I think the drafts were pretty good. Like they picked the Medusa versus us, which definitely was a good pick. They picked the I think this Legion pick, like obviously Legion versus AM. They leave like these holes in the drafts, but I think at least they cover it with the later options.
We talk about how this guy
Congrats.
changed his name to You're Worse as he's standing in for You're Bad.
That's respectable.
Congratulations to
Love the hustle.
Man was a
Spidez.
bit of a word hoarder, but I can
Spidez.
respect that. That's pretty cool.
What is the team, right? The captain.
Yeah, it's Spidez. I mean, very well deserved from
Congratulations
Spidez
to
team. I think they played the
Sick.
best out of any team, honestly. I'm not just saying that because they destroyed my team, but I would have liked to see them against Skater team because you guys did really well against them regular season, but
Yeah, not gonna try and make excuses. I think my team maybe played a little worse during playoffs. I think we obviously with results, but I think maybe we stopped playing other stuff. But
my
We
team just
definitely-
kind of got figured out. Like we lost our first game against Calf's team and then barely won the next two. So yeah, this Spidez team definitely
I
came
kinda-
prepared and just slapped us.
I feel like if we played the Stronk team in like group stage, I think we definitely would have won one at least. That's what I'm trying to say. I think
I mean,
Chio
you
was
won one or
definitely
two
the-
out every series, right?
Yeah, we didn't lose a single series.
Yeah, we didn't lose
Tied.
anyone either, so. But I feel like the
Sad.
Spiders team during the regular season was a decent amount worse than the playoffs. Like, I feel like in the regular season, my team should have 2-0'd them. The game we won was a stomp, and the game we lost was we had a sizable lead and we just kind of threw it away. But in playoffs, they've just been playing really, really well. They went 6-0, so like they're definitely just
Oh yeah, like
destroying teams.
I don't think I would have beat this team with a current iteration. I mean, we tied them before, but this team definitely looked like they ran over the Stronk team. In good fashion. But yeah,
I mean, it's nice to see like
First
an
and
actual
first.
higher ranked support doing well.
yeah. I mean,
You don't see
definitely
that
showed
often.
like you saw 0 points Archon player, by the way, but he was like perfectly set up by Vike. Like you saw the Magnus game 1, it was a perfect play by Magnus. It's a good template of like what a high MMR support can do in RD2L.
I mean, the thing about 0 Point is he went really late in the draft because he's like a core only player, but that actually helps him a lot if he gets drafted to the right team. And I mean, he did. So, because Crucial's the best offlaner in the division, Rurik is the best support in the division, at least pause 4 by far, not even a question. And then Spidez drafted at Legend 5 as a captain, now Ancient 4, and I think he's still pretty
Rigged?
valued for that.
Riggs question mark?
I mean, Spidez, you saw in both games, he just kind of just ran at the enemy team constantly. Like, he tried to farm on the Sven, farm the jungle camps, and LC just ran at him. So, you have those
do
3
think-
players just making a ton of space, just helping 0 Point out so much, and 0 Point can capitalize on it.
Yeah, for talking value, I definitely would shout out to 0 Point. It definitely does feel like
I mean,
maybe it is his
I'm
team.
not gonna stay here and like continue on like
Yeah.
shouting him out because I mean his team sets him up for a lot. But I mean, you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
give credit where
I mean,
credit's
that's
due.
part of the question. That's part of the question is,
I mean, it all comes together.
Yeah.
Like you can't say, "Oh, it's 0 Point" or "Oh, it's his team." Like it all blends together.
would JD Carey have won this game?
No, I'm so bad at hitting creeps. Actually, it's insane.
Wait, you're bad at hitting creeps, but you're bad at support.
Yeah, I'm just bad at Dota.
Yikes. This is where Treebeard says same.
Huh?
What? Treebeard's almost immortal, dude.
You can't reach Immortal. I must gatekeep Immortal, keep him out.
How long until immortal, Treebeard?
3 games? 2? One of those?
Did you recalibrate?
Yeah. And I was 1 game short, and then I lost again.
This is very.
Keep him out.
It's
No.
fine. I'm sure new patch there'll be like some broken support that you'll just get those games on.
Probably.
Unless you're trying to sandbag for
losing-
RD2L.
I was at 5.6 flat, and then I lost twice, which was very upsetting.
You're gonna play core on RD2L?
No, I would like to play sport.
Just follow
Yeah,
the Rurik route. Play
and
pause
just
4 and just run
Heads
over
up to
people.
any potential pickers I am playing, only Bane and Warlock and solo queue, so if you really want to first pick that, go wild.
Time for me to first pick tree. It's time.
But,
Sign me up.
Anyways, that should be it. I
Yep.
don't think we're
Yep.
getting a winner's
Oh.
interview, but
By the way, JD, nice syndicate or whatever.
what?
The GIF.
Like, my
Cynical?
Discord picture. Yeah, I got Nitro for the
that
Game
new?
Pass, so yeah, I got Nitro for the Game Pass.
Seems good. Nice picture. But it's a changed GIF. It's the old one though.
No, I didn't have Nitro, so I
No.
couldn't.
Well, but nice.
And when I don't have
Casting.
Nitro, it's going back to the Pokemon card. So
Do you want to go back to the do you want to cast next EST-Tues when they face the EST Sun?
I don't know.
Question mark.
I might be there, I might not be, but anyways, GG's to Spida's team making it to the round of 4 against EST Sunday. We'll have to see exactly who they play there. I think EST Sunday is the only team that's not set, right? You have Fallen team,
Correct.
and you have Stars team, I think. Those are the other 2. stars coming out of PST Sunday. I don't know if he's actually the captain, but or EST Monday he's coming out of. I don't know if he's the captain, but when you're the 7-8 KMMR player on the team, it's probably your team.
Do you think first seeds are cursed? I just wanted to ask quickly. Like, do you think that means they get first seed by just playing all those strong strategies and they just get figured out?
It can be. I mean, I also feel like if you're the 1 seed, there's a good chance your players will get burnt out faster. Just because you have all that, not necessarily pressure, but you just have all this, like yeah, you have a really good regular season, and then you kind of just, like, I'm not saying you might peak early, but later on, it might just be a little bit more difficult just because things might have been going better in the regular season than they do in playoffs. Because ideally you want to peak in playoffs, but not every team can.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just rough because it looks bad, but some teams are just better than everybody else, and then some teams just play a lot better in the regular season. That's just how it goes. And, I mean, sometimes it's both. I think when I played with Sev and EST Monday, we were the best season, or we were the best seed, and we were the best team. So, but that doesn't always happen. Sometimes the team will get the 1 seed, and they're not the best team. They just played the best in the regular season. Doesn't happen that frequently, but
Sounds like the
Fun
Techie's
talking.
pick was accidental, which really does explain a lot more about that draft.
I mean, were they gonna pick
I
Storm?
thought we said
Yeah,
the Storm wouldn't
so then
fix
I
it, though.
assume you just have like a kind of useless 5 Sven or something, but at least you have like a functional Tricore, kind of. It's like better,
Yeah, I
better than what
mean-
they ended up with, right?
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, but their
I
draft
mean-
was kind of whack anyways.
How many
the issue-
times is Rek gonna say this? He's done with the season. He's quitting.
I mean, at this point, it's just kind of funny.
I know. I just remember every season, every week, he's like, "Hey, stand in for me.
I mean,
I'm done."
I'm sure he's still having some fun because I mean, he just can do
Yeah,
whatever he
yeah.
wants pretty much. But
I know. It's just like Riken chat. Oh, just push over. I'm done. It's fine. You can just pick whatever. Riken game runs over the enemy team. No mercy.
I mean, an immortal support in RD2L, like, the main issue is your team, not yourself. The main issue is like, oh, my team is just like feeding, but if your team is fine, then you just run over the game. Like, you're playing against friggin' like 2 and 3K supports.
And also, I guess it maybe depends on the type of support you're playing. Like, I think if you picked like a Lich game 1, I don't think you get the same type of like, maybe he wins the lane, but it's not. It's like a low skill ceiling hero compared to like Magnus, where he can make all these plays he does.
Like last week and maybe this week. No, I think Bob Ross might be like a little bit higher MMR. Like last week, Rick had more MMR than both of my sports combined. Like, it's kind of just what happens. Like, it's hard to have warding advantage. It's hard to have a lot of other advantages just off a support perspective.
Tree, wanna play Dire Tide?
No, not really.
How about
All
now?
right, well, I'm heading off because I don't
No.
really have anything else more to say. GG's to 0. GG's to 0 Point. GG's to the whole Spidez team as they make it to the semifinals against EST Sunday next week. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for casting,
Peace.
JD. Thanks, Treebeard,
Mhm.
for casting.